Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Star Wars Out of the Box with me, Dill Streep. Each week I'll be digging into this box of old Star Wars toys, books and memorabilia, grabbing an item, discussing its place within Star Wars and what it means to me. As teased in last week's episode, I've already decided to do a full comparison of all my various Millennium Falcons. But let's see what's in the box to kick us off. Ah, it's the Star Wars Millennium Falcon puzzle. Yes, these are all the Millennium Falcons I have. Millennium Falci. Millennia Falcon. Anyway, this is a Millennium Falcon puzzle, and it comes inside this really cool tin case. And you can see basically by the top of the tin what the puzzle will be. It is virtually impossible, and I've managed to build the cockpit and a couple of these little exhaust vents, maybe once. But one day I will finish it and probably embalm it at that point. Next I have this model that was built out of a kit. It looks really intricate and detailed, but this whole top piece is one piece. So you've got the guns and the satellite that go on. The cockpit had to be attached and their side panels. Much like the Millennium Falcon that I built last week, it's almost the exact same number of pieces, just different detail. It's got the landing gear out, and then you can slide open this little door, which I've used a couple of times in videos. Inside the cockpit are a tiny Han and Chewie. I know that I once had it open because I filmed inside there, but it doesn't seem to want to come off these days. Possibly because I glued it shut. A very good looking model, but not very challenging to build. I also have a couple of books that feature the Millennium Falcon. This is not a Millennium Falcon book, but it's on the cover. This is the Star Wars Incredible Cross Sections. So if you turn to the Falcon, because that's what we're focused on, we can see all the various intricate details and goings-on inside. For example, where the power core sits, where the fuel cooling system is, and how the game of Dejaric works. I also have a Star Wars Millennium Falcon keyring/bottle opener, which is probably the most useful thing I have here. This hangs on my keys, jangles all day long, but it's always good for opening a beer and a conversation about the fastest ship in the galaxy. I also have this really cool Star Wars t-shirt with the Millennium Falcon on it. This one, Star Wars Graphics, is all about the numbers and uses some very stylized art to convey them. Just find something Falcon related. How quickly could you get around the world in the Millennium Falcon if the hyperdrive was broken? 366 hours, London to the moon. You know, just stuff like that. The Millennium Falcon enters the Death Star at 1:57:55. I assume that's runtime of the film. The Millennium Falcon loses its deflector shield at 1:58:39. The Millennium Falcon hits its bullseye at 2:02:22. It's a very interesting book of stats and super cool to look at too. I also have this Millennium Falcon light, which could work as a little nightlight. The way that the light shines through the glass reminds me of the rebels standing in the tactical room looking at all the various readings. In the front there I've got some items that have already been discussed. The model kit I put together last week. There's the titanium die-cast model. And from the very first episode of Star Wars Out of the Box, with the Star Wars Micro Machine C-3PO/Cantina set, a perfect tiny scale Millennium Falcon that came with that. But now to the Lego elephant in the room. Probably my favorite item on the table right now. It's the Lego Millennium Falcon set number 7965. The set came with Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, Leia, Luke, Chewbacca, and Han, who's inside the cockpit at the moment. I think it should be easier to come off than the last one. Yeah, there he is. This I bought secondhand on Facebook Marketplace, and a word of caution, make sure that the person you're buying from isn't lying about saying whether or not the set is complete. Because while all the pieces are there, unfortunately a lot of the stickers weren't. I don't know who loses the stickers. It's not like they were attached to the pieces. He just lost the stickers. So that was no good, and we'll see why in a second. But what's cool is that you can actually open up all of these panels to reveal the interior of the Falcon. So you can see the path from the cockpit into the main section of the ship. You can lift these guns off the top and actually pull out a little section that you could sit Han and Luke in, and they could look back and forth at each other saying, "I got one! Great shot, kid, don't get cocky," etc. There's a movable ramp that you can push out so that people can board the ship. There's also this little section here that lifts up for smuggling. Didn't think I'd be smuggling myself. But one of the saddest things is that here at the Dejoric table, the sticker for the Dejoric is missing. So it's just Chewbacca sitting at a table, not threatening to rip the arms out of any droids that might beat him. Another great feature on the inside here is that Luke can spar against the training remote with Obi-Wan's guidance. Put down your blast shield, Luke. But with the blast shield down, I can't even see anything. Your eyes can be fooled. Don't trust them. So those are all my various Millennium Falcons. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like, subscribe, and hit that bell for notifications. Until next time, I'm Dill Streep. Goodbye. Anyway. Come on, don't break on camera. No, that's not coming off. Haha. There's one of these moments. Oh yeah. That's no moon. The Millennium Falcon. What is this? In brief, number of lightsaber clashes in the final battle. 49. Interesting. I also have this. It's got dust everywhere.